Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, Canada releases new recreational drone regulations. Craig Fuller says ATC privatization will slow ATC modernization. And a restored Harrier jump jet offered for sale, and Jim Campbell wants it bad. Hello, I'm Christopher C. Odom. It's March 22nd, 2017, and this is Airborne Unlimited. The Canadian government had released new regulations for recreational drone operators that carry hefty penalties for violators. The new rules apply to aircraft weighing between about ½ a pound and 77 pounds being flown non-commercially. Under the rules, recreational drones may not be flown higher than 90 meters above the ground, closer than 75 meters from buildings, vehicles, vessels, animals, people, crowds, and closer than 9 kilometers from the center of any aerodrome, defined as anywhere that aircraft take off and land. The rules also prohibit flight in controlled or restricted airspace within about 5.6 miles of a forest fire or anywhere the aircraft could interfere with police or first responders. Recreational drones must not be flown at night or in clouds and must be kept in sight at all times. The operator's name, address, and telephone number must be clearly marked on the aircraft. Fines can be as high as 3,000 Canadian dollars. Transport Canada has established a website where citizens can report unsafe drone use. The apparent support for privatizing air traffic control in the FY 2018 budget has brought strong reaction from both sides of the issue. Riding in the Hill, former AOPA President and CEO Craig Fuller, now a consultant on aviation issues, says that spinning off ATC to a private, nonprofit entity could considerably slow down the implementation of Nextgen. Fuller says there are two fundamental questions to be answered. Does the aviation industry really want a bold and transformational change in what is recognized as the world's safest, largest, and most complex air transportation system? And can the aviation community come to a consensus on the governance, financing, and operational priorities? Fuller contends that such a move would slow the implementation of Nextgen. Fuller believes that rather than spin off ATC, Congress needs to focus on more pressing issues such as establishing a steady, reliable, and predictable funding source, especially to move long-term capital projects such as air traffic modernization, airport infrastructure, or aging facility recapitalization, and consensus agreement with industry stakeholders on major investments, and, based on this agreement, authority to expedite acquisition decisions. Fuller says that the debate on privatizing ATC would be the latest in a long record of similar debates that have yielded no successful conclusion. After the break, restored Harrier jump jet offered for sale.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Based on the popular Sling 2 LSA, the Sling 4 was designed to be the most practical and desirable lightweight four-place experimental aircraft on the market. Find out more about this 115 horsepower turbocharged airplane at airplanefactory.com.
Welcome back. If you'd like to be a supporter of Airborne Unlimited, send an email to jim@aero-news.net. Rumor has it that A&N's Jim Campbell is already cashing in his piggy bank for this one. A Harrier GR3 jump jet has been restored in the UK and is being offered for sale by Jet Art Aviation. The company calls the aircraft XZ-130, a very complete jump jet that first flew in 1976 and operated with several squadrons. The aircraft served in the Falklands War in 1982 before returning to England and becoming an instructional aircraft. It last flew for the RAF in 1990 and has a total of 3,336 hours on the airframe. Currently, the aircraft is not airworthy, according to Jet Art Managing Director Chris Wilson. All weapons have been removed, and the Harrier is being sold as a potential museum or static display due to insurance and legal considerations. But he said it could be restored to airworthy condition and would be an excellent candidate for such a project. The engine does run, and a video shows a ground run test. Jet Art is considering offers in the low six figures. With some 3,000 aero-tv programs webcast to cyberspace, sometimes it can be fun to look back and enjoy some of the places we've seen, the flyers we've met, and the planes we've flown. Here's a look at one of our favorite aero-tv classic episodes.
We worked a long time to make sure we came out with something new and innovative. First off, you'll notice the low-profile design. We were able to get that patented.
If you think it's hard to get excited about a tow tug that moves your airplane in and out of the hangar, think again. While at Sun and Fun 2016, A&N News editor Tom Patton met up with Mark Patey, the owner of a company known as Best Tugs, and yep, they kind of pushed us around. Search Aero-TV, one tug fits all? Best Tugs pushes A&N around on Aero-TV's news channel. After these messages, this bud's for Mars.
Redbird Flight Simulations is dedicated to revolutionizing flight training by designing, manufacturing, and delivering affordable and innovative flight training technologies. Each Redbird device is designed to enhance the training experience for pilots of all levels, from student to ATP. Redbird is quickly becoming the industry standard for flight training. Since Redbird introduced its revolutionary FMX in 2007, colleges, universities, and flight training operations around the world have integrated Redbird products into their curriculum. It's time to discover what Redbird can do for you. Join the migration.
Concorde's recombinant gas RG series sealed battery technology produces a high-performance battery with the advantages of being pre-tested and fully charged at the factory. Find out more about Concorde's entire line of batteries at www.concordebattery.com. Concorde, the heart of your aircraft.
With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we're summarizing a few of those other great stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. 39 million miles away, having a life on the red planet is still in the near yet distant future. Budweiser just unveiled its own commitment to create microgravity beer for when we make it to Mars. Budweiser made its pitch to officially being the first beer on Mars at the South by Southwest Interactive Festival. The FAA has approved a flight ID enhancement for the Collins TDR 94-94D transponder developed by CMD Flight Solutions. The solution saves up to $15,000 depending on current equipage, according to the company. Founded on St. Patrick's Day in 1947, CAE has launched a year of celebrations with its 8,000 employees worldwide to commemorate its 70th anniversary. CAE is today a global training company headquartered in Montreal. 3 iconic World War II aircraft will bring history alive May 5th through 7th at the Greenville Downtown Airport in Greenville, South Carolina. The Minnesota wing and the Dixie wing of the Commemorative Air Force will bring a B-25 Miss Mitchell, a B-51 Red Nose, and SBD-5 Dauntless Dive Bomber. The trio of beautifully restored warbirds will be based at the Runway Cafe ramp. The Reno Air Racing Association is looking for fresh and new designs that represent the spirit of air racing to place on our collectible posters for the 54th National Championship Air Races, said Mike Kroll, president and CEO of the Reno Air Racing Association. Entry should center on the idea of racing, which is what we are all about. Look forward to seeing the ideas our fans have. Well, that's it for today's trip around the patch. Now, let's get back to the rest of the news. With EAA's assistance, Open Flight Solutions Flightbox Pro ADSB in-system recently gained approval for installation and standard category aircraft under the FAA's non-required safety-enhancing equipment policy. This policy is meant to facilitate very simple production and design approvals for modern technology that poses minimal risk in the event of failure. The FAA, with EAA guidance, envisions simplified approvals for a host of safety and utility enhancements. Steve Sokol, CEO of Open Flight Solutions, said, "The North Sea approval process was very straightforward. We completed the entire project in about 4 months, and we are excited to bring more products to market under this policy in the future." Flightbox Pro, which starts at $675, works with tablet and smartphone apps and comes with full ADSB in functionality, including live weather, traffic, GPS position source, and some flight data, including an attitude sensing AHRS chip and a barometric altimeter. It is compatible with most aviation apps that use the GDL90 interface standard for ADSB. The base package includes cockpit-mounted ADSB and GPS antennae, but exterior-mounted units are options. Flightbox is not an ADSB out system and cannot be used to comply with the 2020 ADSB mandate. Well, that's our program for today. Remember that Airborne Unlimited streams daily, Monday through Friday, with additional breaking news bulletins for important stories that fall outside of our normal deadlines. If you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe and do check us out on Facebook and Twitter. Get comprehensive, real-time, 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. Keep flying. We'll see you tomorrow.